podcast. I'm your host, Storm, where we spotlight voices that move through the world with passion, power, and pen. Today, we are joined by Shani Denise, a Detroit native whose storytelling beats to the rhythm of her city, raw, soulful, and unflinchingly real. With her novella Summertime in the City and While the City Sleeps, she brings Detroit grit, warmth, and authenticity to the page, showing that every block, every beat, and every breath of the city tells a story of resilience and romance. Okay, you're ready?
I'm ready, girl.
All right, so let's talk about Detroit. So, what has Detroit taught you that first brought the writing bug to you?
So Detroit, first of all, I put on for my city 313 7 mile, better mile, stand up, my baby, okay, type shit. So everybody know I'm that 7 mile east side girl. My city is everything. I know everybody say that they city everything. My city is everything. Detroit, you come out the hood, you can make it, you can be great. Like that city, that hunger, that grit,
Mhm.
it was instilled in me. You know what I'm saying? Growing up on the east side and the, smurder capital, of the world at one point, like
Yeah,
you gotta know how to you gotta know how to make it. You a hustler. Like we are born hustlers, we are born um making it. Like you just there's no other choice. You
they
know what I'm saying?
always
There's no
say
other choice.
Chicago and Detroit are cousins. They
Yep.
always say Chicago and Detroit are cousins. So how do the spirit and rhythm of Detroit show up in your storytelling and your characters?
Um it's everything because as y'all see, I can't get away from talking about my city. It's hard because it's just ingrained in me. It's not, something I'm just like, oh, she ain't from there. You just writing a story about something you don't know. Like I know, like I grew up in
Mhm.
that hood. I grew up going to high school where I had to get checked for metal detectors. I grew up knowing how to put a straight blaze, razor in my mouth and knowing
Mhm.
how to, the thing.
Yeah.
Um, So that ain't nothing that I'm new to. So, but my books are made out of romance because it's about my block. Like
Mhm.
Summertime in the City, it quotes my actual street that I grew up on Alma. It quotes the corner store that I walk to every day around the
Mhm.
corner that Peaches went to. That's my
Mhm.
corner store that I went to. It's the Save a Lot that I went to every day. I was just telling the girls earlier, like I would beg for my $2 to get some milk because baby, we ain't had no milk for no cereal, and I was going to the Save a Lot to go get me some. So
Yeah.
I could see Save a Lot from my mama house. I could
Mm.
go on the porch and I could see Save a Lot and I could see the corner store. So it's in every book. Every part of my book is me.
Okay. So let's talk about your books. You've written two novellas, Summertime in the City and While the City Sleeps. What did writing these teach you about yourself and your evolving writing style?
Um, Summertime in the City is my baby. So it definitely taught me um, that I can't get away from poetry because poetry is just a part of me. Like I've always written poetry, went to poetry spots, did poetry, just like spoken word and
Mm-hmm.
writing down those kind of things. That's me. It's just a part of me. That's something I've done since I was a teenager. When I shouldn't have been reading Triple Crown Productions and Zane and all of that, baby. Those books is what really like. Those are the first things I remember back as being youth and reading those kind of books, and I'm like, okay, and getting
Yeah.
into poetry and stuff like that. Like those is that's home to me. That feels
Yeah.
normal to me. So I'm used to it. I'm able to just dig from that, and
Yeah.
I appreciate
Thank
you.
you, Cole.
Um, so yeah, it's just in me. It's just ingrained.
Yeah. So, why did you choose the novella format over the full length novel? And do you see yourself expanding into longer works in the future?
So, I would tell everybody like I didn't choose to do a novella. It happened that way. I kind of say I'm a mood writer.
Mm-hmm.
because baby, when I feel like it's done, to me, when it's done, the story is done. And I love that on here on TikTok with my family, the Morning Collective. Whoop whoop. I was writing my story in real time with them, and I was like, y'all, I got a story, but it's not long, and I feel like it's done. Y'all think I should add more to it? And they was like, be original, be you. If you feel like it's done, trust your gut, put
Mm-hmm.
it out there, and you know you'll see how it go.
Mm. So let's talk about Peaches and Q. So through Peaches and Q, you gave the readers the experience of a whirlwind romance in one unforgettable summer. So how do you compress emotion and chemistry into a shorter page count without losing depth or resorting to fluff?
So, like I said, that was hard for me not to go back in and like, look here, we only got
Mm-hmm.
46, 47, we under 50 pages over here. And I'm like, they're gonna be like, what the heck? But everybody that I seen that I sent it to, and I was like, hey, can you read this? What you think about it? They were just like, it's you. Like you gave me a complete story in 47
Mm-hmm.
pages. That's just like many people can't, they told me many people can't do that. So for you to be able to do that, that's a great thing. Like just
Mm-hmm.
build on it. Um so for me it was easy because their story is my story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever shared that, so that's
That was
exclusive.
my next
Um,
question.
that is very exclusive. Peaches is definitely a part of me.
Mm-hmm.
Q is people that I've dated and also parts of my husband in this
Mm.
story as well. So this story is near to me and dear because it's me. It's life.
So you was hunching.
So, yeah. So my daddy, he might be in here, and he said he was reading a story. He was like, I know all these people in this book, and he was like, I'm gonna put this book down. Okay, so yeah, it was
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So you
Mm-hmm.
answered the next question I was going to ask you. So I'm going to go into While the City Sleeps. Now, in While the City Sleeps, Nina and Darius walk through tightrope between love and the streets. How do you balance vulnerability and toughness, keeping both characters believable and emotionally grounded in even in a novella's quick pace, but you just keep them grounded? How do you do that?
Um, Darius. Okay, again, this is taken from some experiences. um, but I feel like that's something that I'm able to just put wrap a lot of experiences that I've been through,
Mm-hmm.
um, and people that I've met and mesh them all together as my characters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's very much so real people, but it's pulling from
What about
different
that
aspects of
poem?
it. So that poem was actually, and I credit to Danny, Danielle. She read my book, and we hit it off about different poetry and loving to do poetry. And she said, "I want you to read this poem." And I was in the middle of reading. I was in the middle of writing When the City Sleeps. And she's like, I'm talking to this dude, and we just hit it off about dudes and dating people and back in the day, and they
Mhm.
coming back to us. And I read the poem, and I was like, girl, this poem is perfect for my book. Perfect. And it
Mm.
fits so well where I'm at. And literally, I asked her, could I add it to it? And she was amazingly, she said yes. So she's awesome. She let me put that poem in there because it really fit what they were going through at that time.
So, love at first sight can easily feel rushed. What techniques do you use to make it feel organic and earned for the readers? Now you knew you was coming
So
on here. Like don't be shocked at these damn
I'm
questions.
just I'm trying to figure out a way to answer that because I do feel like yes, love at first sight can definitely, and these especially in a novella, in the
Mm.
settings that I make these books. Like okay, When the City Sleep is much longer than Summertime in the City.
Mhm.
But building character, building them, and just showing how authentic they are in the story,
Mhm.
and making sure that I am showing who they are, the aspects
Mhm.
of them, what they're thinking at the time, how they feel at the time, showing those things and making them relatable, because
Mhm.
I think we've all had experiences with, whether or not they was in the streets or not. You've had experiences with a man approach you and you're like, oh, okay, I felt that electricity from him, I felt something.
Mhm.
But you wanted to be like, hold on, wait a minute, I don't know that man like that. Like those feelings,
Mhm.
that's just a human response. So
Yeah.
building on those human responses and how we all get giddy about certain things, I
Yeah.
think helps build the characters in the story.
Okay. There's a sensual pulse in both of your stories. So, what feels most sensual and passionate to you as a writer? Like the words, gestures, or moments of silence. How do you make sex feel integral to the story rather than just a backdrop?
I think that's where the poetic kind of side of me comes out,
Mm-hmm.
because um I actually, now when the city sleeps,
Mm-hmm.
that sex scene was written on live with the girls. Um so
Really?
yeah, I actually wrote, and the girls know, the collective knows. I was like, y'all, I'm in the middle of writing a sex scene. And it was definitely, my best friend Tina's in the chat. She, I ain't gonna tell her business, but I got some inspiration. But the girls know. Like I was like, hey, how do y'all feel about calling it a mushroom? And how do you feel about the veins? And it was very much so a collective response, ladies. So
Mm.
cheers to y'all, because baby, y'all helped with that, very much so.
Okay. Do you prefer writing in first person, third person, or a blend of both, and why? And how does the choice change your connection to your characters?
I'm sorry, I saw the mushrooms in the chat store. So, um, for me, I don't have
Mm-hmm.
a problem with with writing in either one of those. I don't feel like you have to. I know traditionally you need to choose if your book is going to be in first person or third person or whatever. I feel like I'm gonna tell my story, and however it comes out is how it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like, okay, so when, especially with Summertime in the City, because I was just like, I want to tell my story. And if
Mm-hmm.
you notice, it does jump from first person to third person
Mm-hmm.
in that story. And as well as like my slang, like
Mm-hmm.
I talk like how we talk in the city. I wasn't gonna be not authentic with
Mm-hmm.
how I talk, even when editing literally happened and they were like, hey, this don't go with this. That's how we talk. So I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
put that in there. So yes, I write in slang. I write like I'm from my city. You're going to get a
Mm-hmm.
piece of my city in it. You're going to get how we talk.
All right, come on now. So, what's been the hardest part of your author journey so far? Like, and what keeps you motivated to continue to create?
The hardest part, I think, is getting your story out there, explaining your story once you're
Mm-hmm.
done with it and you're moved on to your next book or whatever. Um, I think it's just getting it out there, making sure you're meeting people and explaining to them, because literally you got to kind of pitch yourself in 30 seconds and tell them about, because people lose interest very
Mm-hmm.
quickly. So learning how to sell myself and, get myself out there as far as me, because once you
Yeah.
meet me, I'm a little social butterfly. So once you meet me, I can kind of get you in and be like, hey, so Summertime in the City is my book. When the City Sleep is my book. Let me tell you about my book.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I think that's been the biggest hurdle, because everything else I think has been heaven sent. Like,
Yeah. So let's talk about you being a military wife. As a military wife, how has that lifestyle shaped you creatively, um, discipline, or even the kinds of love stories you want to tell?
Um, so me and my husband have been married for 16 years.
Hmm.
He has been in the Marine Corps and now is in the Navy, and he's
Hmm.
deployed at the moment. We met in high school, ninth grade, in choir. So, with him being in the military, and we've been in the military the whole time
Hmm.
at this point that we've been married. So, I don't know a difference,
Yeah.
kind of because we've grown up. Like we got married when I was 21 years old.
Yeah.
So, to be 21 and you've grown up and your husband's been in the Marine Corps, it is very structured, but now we're moving around more. So, I do feel like it's easier for me now that I'm not working. Like writing is my everyday. Writing is
Hmm.
my everyday because I'm not doing any other kind of work.
Yeah.
Um, and he's like, babe, you ain't got to work if you don't want to. If that's what you want to do, you want to put your all into it. I'm done with school.
Hmm.
So he's very supportive of it. So I just appreciate him. And shout out to my babes.
Okay. Okay. Fellow Marine, I get it. So, with everything that's going on with the government, mentally, how are you? And I also want to say sorry for the loss of your cousin.
Thank
Um,
you.
but mentally, how does that also play a role on your creativity? Because sometimes stress can make an author have a block.
Um, aw. So, oh my God. Thank you, Sunflower. That was so sweet. Y'all gonna make me cry. So being that the last 2 days have been kind of hard for me. My husband, again, like I said, he's deployed. Doing it on my own. All of my family is back home in Detroit. Um, Being here on my own with the three kids and pursuing my job, my job of writing at
Mm-hmm.
this point, losing my job, and then like going all in and like, okay, I'm gonna do this book thing. I'm gonna put myself out here. Um, it's been hard. I'm not gonna sit here and say like every day has been roses and sunflowers or whatever. It hasn't. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
very much so hard to be here knowing that he's across the world and
Mm-hmm.
the state of the government or whatever that we're in right now. But I have to say that I credit y'all. Like all y'all, when I say y'all lift your girl up. When I found out the news about my cousin yesterday on live, everybody texted me. They reached out. They're like, "You okay?" And I know they can hear it in my voice. Like Shanae called me today and was like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." She's like, "You don't sound like yourself, friend." And I know I'm not 100%, but I'm trying to be that strong friend as well. That I know that I got three kids. My family, my older cousins call me like, "You good?" And they call me crying, and like I'm the strong cousin.
Even
So I
strong
have to.
friends need to have moments where they need somebody shoulder to cry on. Even if they don't want to cry, they can talk to. Even strong friends need that.
That's true. That's very much true. And y'all have been showing me that through the text messages. Like Jackie. I mean, I don't even want to say everybody's name. Shay, all of y'all. Like, I appreciate Tina, Tasha, all of y'all. Velly, Coco. Everybody has been checking on me. I am okay, y'all. Um, I take that back. I'm not okay. I'm on the road to being okay. Let me say
Okay.
that. And I'm just appreciative of life. Like I'm a very appreciative that we are still here today. Like tomorrow is not promised. So I'm in the mode of making sure that every day I get up and I say thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for being alive. And that's just where I'm at right now.
Okay. So, what about urban literature, contemporary romance calls to you? Can you see yourself branching into other genres like suspense, fantasy, or women's fiction, even?
I'm so glad you said that. Store. So,
Jesus.
I I have a I'm tiptoeing. Now, y'all see my little nail tiptoeing into a paranormal Halloween story that it will be dropping soon. It is done. I'm on editing. It should be coming out before Halloween. You guys are gonna get it. It's a short story. It is not a novella. It is a short story. It is a little bit, and it is called Kissed by Chaos. It's a short story. I was gonna make it into a whole novella and everything. I'm tiptoeing, but I was not holding out on you, Monet. It is on. It's coming out. It's a short story, but it's.
She
I
been
think you're
holding
gonna
out on
like it.
everybody clearly, because I ain't know nothing about this shit.
Yes, it's coming. It's coming,
Uh huh.
and it's going to drop. It's a short story. Is I think it's gonna be on my website. It's very. I mean, a little short story.
Uh huh.
A little Halloween love. That's it.
Okay. Uh huh.
In the
So
city.
so how has online marketing, especially platforms like TikTok, Instagram, even Threads, helped you get your books more into readers' hands? And how important is it to market?
Marketing is everything. Promoting and marketing yourself is everything. Like, everybody knows if I go live, I'm sharing my information. There's no gatekeeping over here. Um, and I mean, some people might say, "Oh, you promoting other people's stuff." I'm promoting people that I love their stuff too. I'm a reader first,
Mm-hmm.
but promoting is everything. Marketing yourself, posting. I try to post every day, multiple times a day. Getting yourself out there. These book events, like going to the Black Book Bash. First
Mm-hmm.
time I had just published Summertime in the City. I was scared, but the collective was like, "Yeah, you should do it. Let's do it. Come on, you can do it." And I was just like, "Y'all, it's in 2 weeks. How am I gonna do this?" And when I say Coco was heaven sent, she was like, "You need this, you need that. Don't put no damn pens on your table. Don't put no damn candy on that table. I don't want to see that." Like when I say, I'm gonna start calling her Mama Coco because she was on me about what to have on my table, what not to have on my table. Monet, baby, when I say she did my stuff for me, and we sold out, we did. We sold out
Congratulations.
our first event, all of our books, all of our tea. Nat was like, "Open up that tea, put it in a cup so they can smell it." Like y'all, y'all. I ain't gonna cry. Y'all did that.
Y'all be the
I didn't
most
sell out.
sensitive
We sold
fucking
out.
thugs in the motherfucking
I'm
world.
such a.
Y'all,
I know because I
I
just
swear,
appreciate.
y'all be on these motherfuckers be hard as fuck. Y'all get on these interviews with me and become the most sensitive thugs I ever
I'm telling
seen.
you
What in the
because
hell?
y'all did that.
God.
I
Jeez.
didn't cry. No tears came out, Jar. I just said they right there. They right there, but they ain't far.
I'm dead. So the literary community has its like ups and downs, right? Amidst the drama, what's one value or principle you think writers and readers should always keep at the forefront?
Respect the craft.
Mm.
Respect the craft. And be authentic. Be yourself. Genuinely yourself. Because baby, guess what? How you tell a story ain't gonna be how I tell a story. Your
Hmm.
experience, the way you read the story, is not gonna be the way I read the story or what I'm gonna take away from the story. Literally, be
Hmm.
authentic. Literally, respect it. Understand that
Hmm.
this is your story, but this is who you
Hmm.
are, and we're sharing a piece of ourselves to other
Hmm.
people. And go into it thinking about, hey, they're gonna get their opinion about it either way,
Hmm.
but just be okay with yourself because I think it starts with us.
As a black woman in a space where white people tend to either steal our stories, overshadow our stories, or mimic us, how do you make sure that you stay your authentic self but not feed into the bullshit of the white consumers? And I'm not talking about white consumers that read black books. I'm talking about the white consumers that put down black books. And the black women that put down black books.
Well, first, let me talk to my black sisters. How you gonna be mad at yourself? You not happy with yourself, sis? You don't like your skin? You don't like yourself, sis? You don't like your environment, sis? We might need to go get checked out because, baby, this is where we from. These are our stories. Who gonna tell them? Who gonna tell them if we don't tell them? Yeah, I get we want to go and be in the suburbs. We want to get out the hood or whatever. But where did you come from? Why we can't talk about where we came from? Why we can't be proud of where we came from?
Mm.
I'm proud of where I came from. I'm proud I came from 7 Mile. I'm proud that I came from my city. I'm proud that I came from, Smyrna capital of the world. I'm proud that I came from that because it built character.
Mm.
I'm okay with that. And for the part that literally people stealing our material, you could steal it, but you ain't gonna deliver it like I deliver it. Cause you ain't from me. You ain't had them experiences. So it is
Mm.
what it is. Go ahead. Have fun with that. But I also got a lawyer and I'll see you in court, baby.
Ooh. And I ooh. So what's next for you? Like, are there? Well, we know that you just announced the damn paranormal book, but um, what's next for you besides the paranormal? What's next? What collaborations? What signings? What can we be on the lookout for?
Oh my gosh, we got so much. Y'all ready? Okay. So me and C Winter. Hold on, let me back it up. So we got the paranormal
Right. What
romance
creatures are in
story.
the paranormal? What we getting? Vigors?
We are getting we are getting so they have powers. They have powers. So we have two characters in there. They have powers. And the the male character, because I don't want to give y'all too much. The male character, because I'm gonna be dropping it. So the male character, he has red glowing eyes and he can read your mind. He
Oh hell
can
no!
read all of your senses. He is
Oh damn!
very, very in tune with everything. And our female character, she she can actually have fire at her fingernails and her tips. She can turn into all of fire. She can consume it and she exhumes it. She is fire. So that is coming, and they are fighting off something together in the city. Just a little synopsis of them. Um, they find each other, and baby, the heat between them is
Hmm.
intoxicating.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting.
Very, very intoxicating.
Interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
She sounds like a phoenix.
Well, she just might be. I'm gonna have to. Let me see. Let me give you a little. Let me give you a little taste of it.
That is so cute.
That is the cover, guys.
That's yeah, pyrokinesis. That's so
Mm-hmm.
cute. I like that. That is so
Yeah.
cute.
So that is coming.
Okay, okay. I like that.
So
I
it
like
is
that.
on the way. It's on the way. So I have that dropping before. Again, that is supposed to drop before Halloween. I want to give that to you guys before Halloween. And then me and C Winter, we're working on a Christmas book for you guys. Then January 24th, you can find me here in Jacksonville. I'll be at the Jacksonville Book Fest,
Mm-hmm.
the Jacksonville Urban Book Fest. That's here
Mm-hmm.
in Jacksonville. Then we have the Black Girls Who Read April 3rd through the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we have Urbanism with Monet Paris. That's in July. That's in Chicago, July 16th. Then we
Mm-hmm.
have Pages in the City. That's July 24th. And
Okay.
then if they're doing Black Book Bash, they asked me to come back again. So we'll definitely be doing that. And I think that's it. I think that's about it. And
Okay.
also, y'all know, so When the City Sleeps is a series. This is book one. Book two will be dropping before the new year. So be ready for book two. And the name of that one is When the City Burns. So you're going to have When the City Sleeps, and then you have When the City Burns. And that will be featuring Rico.
The cousin?
The cousin, yes.
The
Rico
cousin?
is getting his butt. Because they ended off with him calling him. He said,
Yeah, I was
D,
like, what
I
the
need
fuck?
you.
Let that man fucking live. Jesus.
Yeah, he was like, I need you one more time to stand next to me. He think he need D, but he'll find out. He'll find out that it's time for him to stand on his own.
Okay. All right. All right. Uh so where can we find your books? Where can we buy your books? What's your website? What's your social media handles? And you better you better have all this so we can stay connected and they can buy your books.
Yes, so you guys can find me in all of my merch.
Look at her. Saleswoman to her heart. I swear to God.
No, in
Saleswoman to
all of
her
my
fucking
merch.
heart.
Promote yourself. Y'all see my city. Hustler all day. So literally you can go to my website www.shanidenise.com, and all of you guys that are on here tonight, if you use code storm STORM on my website, you will get 30% off all of your purchases tonight only. You have until 9 a.m. to go to my website and get whatever you want on my website. The books, the ebooks, they are all 30% off. It is a sale going on right now. Get your cut for Summertime in the City. It's on my website. Summertime in the City is on Barnes and Noble. So
Look
if
at
you want to
that.
go get it from Barnes and Noble, you can. It is also on Lulu. It is also on Amazon. They both are on Amazon. If you and so yes, 30% on my website. You can also buy it on my TikTok shop because I'm here on TikTok shop. I am on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Google. I got a link tree. I take all forms of payment. Look. Cold Storm, thank you, twin. Everywhere. Google it. We in there, baby.
Okay. So I'm finna do your outro. I have a few announcements and then we go get out of here. But I just want to say thank you for coming on. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even that bad.
It was not.
See, y'all be really putting me out here like I'm the boogeyman of fucking podcasting and shit. I need y'all to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Cause then
Look
if I
here.
ask y'all some easy ass questions, y'all be like, "What's this bitch on?" See
Right.
what?
No. I appreciate I first of all, I appreciate you for having me on here. And no, your questions wasn't easy. They I love the fact that you made me think. I love the fact that you actually read the books. You actually dived in to ask me those questions. You're awesome. You already know that. You that chick. We know.
Thank you, thank you. While Marcia and Adriana is down in those comments, Adriana, you tomorrow. I just want to say
Ooh,
you tomorrow, and Marcia, you next week. So
love
now,
it.
because my questions ain't never the same for the authors, they never the same.
They
So
not.
don't prepare for what I gave her, because yours gonna be totally different. I'm just saying. I just put it out there. All right. So this is your outro that I've written for you.
Okay.
Shani Denise reminds us that love stories don't have to be long to be lived in. They just have to be honest. Her work carries the heartbeat of Detroit, the warmth of summer night, and the power of black love that refuses to be quiet. If you haven't yet grabbed Summertime in the City and While the City Sleeps, get those books now. Follow her on all her social medias. Show her some love. Keep celebrating authors who write us our hearts, our heat, and our healing into every page. And you know how I get down. Stay love, stay loud, and stay black on motherfucking purpose.
That
All right.
part.
So, few
Period.
announcements.